turn you to a green bean. This shit not 2K. Knock a nigga head off like a toupee. Focused on the bands and the cash. I could've made more today. Never popped a perk or a Zan. Get this shit out of my face. I got a bitch begging to smash. I told her ass not today. I'm doing the dash full gas, so you better stay out of my lane. You don't care if this shit ain't safe. Still coming, so I'm doing the race.
What's up, guys? It's me, Key. I'm sorry for the wait, but I'm back with a motherfucking banger, nigga. Before we start that shit though, go drop a follow on my Twitch. I'm on that shit all the fucking time, and go sub to my second channel to get to know me better personally. So this video is on Friday the 13th, the original from 1980. I want to give you guys a heads up that I won't be counting all the kills and shit. That's more of a dead meat thing. What I will be doing is basically a summary of the movie and throwing in my funny shit, you know what I mean? Because this movie is actually extremely funny for a horror movie. So that's what I'm gonna be doing in this video. But y'all niggas do know me, so I am gonna show every nigga die. Like, come on now, like let's be real. So this movie starts off panning down from the night sky to a campsite, and that campsite being Camp Crystal Lake. The camera cuts to a group of Caucasians singing around a campfire, who have been singing in harmony the whole time. The camera cuts a couple times, and we cut to a POV of some random nigga looking at everybody sleep. Like, this nigga weird as shit. Like, what are you planning to do with them? So we cut back to the campers singing, and this is the first time I've ever seen a bitch singing to a nigga. Like, this shit weird. Like, I don't know how to feel about this. Now, nigga, it's 2021, bro. I don't give a fuck about none of that stupid gender war shit. I accept all people for who they are. I don't judge no fucking body. Unless you're trying to be transracial, because at that point, you're just trying to say nigga. You just want to say nigga. But this is surprising to me because this movie came out in the 80s. Now, was this such a big deal that I had to point it out? No, but I still fucking did it anyway. So after they finish the song, these two get up and they walk out. While they get ready to do their thing, we go back to the POV of this movie's killer as they walk up the stairs. They watch them for a second before the stair creaks and the two realize they've been caught. The boy gets up to try to explain himself, but he gets shanked in the fucking stomach like he lost a bet in prison and didn't pay up. The girl next to him screams and that nigga falls to the ground. She starts backing up and tries to run around the killer twice before she makes the decision to run to some cardboard boxes in hopes of defending herself from a nigga who just caught a whole body in front of her and didn't make a sound. Like, we ain't hear this nigga breathe or nothing. And you threw 2 cardboard boxes, bitch? Cardboard? Out of all that shit there, you really said, this looks like the tool for the job. Her valiant effort to defeat this absolute menace of a man unfortunately fails, and she stumbles back, falling onto the ground, and we freeze frame as she screams her hot ass breath into the camera. Look at her mouth! After those two niggas get their shit clapped, we are introduced to a camp counselor, and she's looking for a ride to Camp Crystal Lake. She gets a ride halfway there from this old head who is passing that area. Hey, hold on, bro. Did this nigga just grab her shit? Like, to help her into the truck, my nigga, you couldn't grab her hips? This nigga just straight grabbing ass and shit. Anyway, they start to drive, and the guy basically tried to tell her to quit working as a camp counselor because of all the incidents that's gone down in the past couple years at the camp. And basically, she doesn't buy any of that shit and proceeds anyway. We see the other counselors pull up to the camp, and we meet all the counselors.
I'm Steve Christie.
Hey,
This is Marcy. I'm Ned Rubenstein. Welcome to Camp Crystal Lake.
thank you.
This is Alice.
Hi.
Hold up. Justin? Is that you? We see Steve help Alice put up a gutter, and after he helps her, he picks up her sketchbook and tells her that she's very talented and pretty. He gets the feeling that she doesn't like her job and asks if she wants to leave, and she says she may need to leave so she can handle some business. He asks her to give him another chance and to stay for a week, and if she doesn't like it, then he'll pay for her trip back. She agrees to this, and he oh so gently caresses her face and says thank you. Yeah, this nigga fucking weird. Weirdo nigga leaves to go get some supplies, I'm guessing, and the counselors go back to preparing the camp, and we see a weird ass interaction with Ned and Brenda.
I don't believe you.
You know, you're beautiful when you're angry, sweetheart.
Yeah?
Yeah.
If you do that again, I'm gonna tape you up in the wall to dry.
God, but I love that sexy talk.
After that weird shit, we cut back to the Holly Jolly Annie getting a ride from someone in a Jeep. Annie talks about her dream, which I guess is being a fucking camp counselor, and god damn, this nigga floating that bitch. She keeps talking and the driver passes the road to Crystal Lake. Annie notices this and asks the driver to stop, and this nigga speeds up. Annie jumps out of the car and limps away as we see the driver chase her down. After a second, we are left thinking she may have lost her pursuer, but as she continues walking, this person appears in front of her and she falls. Now, I would say something about how white people always fall in horror movies, but Annie has an excuse here considering she has an injured leg causing her to limp, and she bumped into a tree when this happened. I don't know how she bumped into the fucking tree. I don't know how she ain't see the tree, but I'm gonna let the shit slide. She gets up and a killer slits her throat like a fucking knife through some butter or some shit. We cut to the counselors hanging out on the water. Ned pretends to drown, and when one of the girls starts giving him mouth to mouth, he starts making out with her, revealing that it was all a ruse just to get a kiss. Now, I don't know who the fuck this bitch is that he kissing, but I'm gonna assume that it's Brenda since he was flirting with her earlier. After that, we see Justin Bieber spot a snake in her room. She calls her friends and they scream for I don't know how fucking long before killing it. And by the way, I'm pretty sure these niggas just straight up murked a live snake on camera. I think that snake was alive. I don't think that was a prop, my nigga. I think that was a real ass snake.
Well, at least we know what's for dinner.
12 pulls up and look at this nigga Ned, bruh.
Oh shit.
The officer asks the group if they have seen a nigga named Ralph. They answer no and the officer gets called off. We see Justin again in the kitchen straightening things up and... Bro, is this old ass nigga just standing in the pantry waiting for somebody to come open the door? Like, bro, what the fuck? I swear, bro, old niggas have the weirdest amount of patience and it don't make no sense. Then this nigga came out that bitch talking about he's a messenger from God. Like, my nigga, soon as a creepy ass old nigga come up to me saying some shit like this, I'm either getting the fuck on, or I'm gonna have to break that nigga leg or some shit. Cause I'm fully expecting this nigga to just either put a curse on me or stab me. And I'm really not trying to see which one it's gonna be. So I gotta do one of those. It's bad.
Oh, you shanker nigga, come in, read the scripture. Shanker motherfucker, read the scripture. You gonna let a nigga in or what?
He says that the place is cursed and they're all doomed if they stay. They ask who he is and he says God sent him, then leaves. After he leaves, the counselors prepare food and they go to turn on a generator.
What has God wrought?
After that, we see Marcy and Jack making out by the lake as Ned watches them. He seems a little hurt for like 3 seconds, then goes back to normal, I guess. I don't know what the fuck. He sees someone looking at him in this building and they walk away.
Hello? Can I help you?
Bro, look at this stupid ass nigga, bro. Why are you investigating? Leave it alone. Why are you investigating? Cut back to Marcy and Jack. The two talk about wind and rain. Then Marcy brings up a dream about a storm. Jack tells her it's just a dream and they leave before the storm starts. They both go to the cabin to handle some business. And after we do that, we cut back to Bill, Brenda, and Alice, aka Justin Bieber, getting ready to play a good old-fashioned game of strip Monopoly. We go back to Jack and Marcy playing their own game of strip Monopoly and Jack's winning. The camera pans up to the top bunk and we see Ned dead as fuck. Guess he died off camera. Bro, it's really something about this movie and death by neck injury. I don't know what's going on so far, but I'm seeing like a pattern, you know what I mean? We go back to the other group playing Monopoly and this bitch Alice takes a hit of the blunt and never fucking exhales. All that shit went straight to the lungs, bitch. We cut back to Jack and Marcy leaves to pee. Jack sparks up a wood and while he's laying down, blood drips onto his forehead. And then he gets stabbed through the throat from the back with an arrow. Remember I just said some shit about death by neck injury, nigga? You see the I ain't gonna keep pointing it out, but I know y'all niggas see the shit. But I guess you could say that nigga Jack done got put in a motherfucking wood. He done got put, no, they got packed up. We go to the bathroom with Marcy and this bitch still pissing, bro. She reads a quote on the stall and hears a noise.
Jack?
She investigates for a second, then goes to the sink. She talks to herself in the mirror and hears another noise. She calls out to it, then fixes the sink so she can wash her hands. She hears the noise again. and starts investigating. Again, she doesn't find anything and says it's her imagination.
Must be my imagination.
But when she turns around, she catches a fucking axe to her face. Hold on, y'all peep that shadow though? What the fuck? And bro, the face she makes when she screams does not look like a, oh my fucking god, I'm about to die face. That shit look like a face. Parents, it was a joke for the video. Please don't take your kid's phone away, please. Cut back to the strip Monopoly and we see Brenda is down to nothing but undies. Well, I mean, I see this, but y'all niggas don't. I am not getting demonetized for you niggas. Then the door miraculously blows open and Brenda remembers that she left her windows open in her cabin. She calls it a night and goes to her cabin. Hold on, bitch. You ain't gonna put on no clothes first? At least you just gonna go out there straight up like that? That's how you, okay. The other two begin cleaning up and we cut to a random ass dinner. And they and that bitch playing some good ass music. Like, this some heat. I ain't even gonna cap. Steve pays the lady at the diner and starts heading back to the camp. Hold on, no. Look how she looking at my nigga Steve, bruh.
What's it? Is you gonna suck my dick? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to go crazy. Is you gonna get...
You see that shit? You see. I know y'all niggas see it. Steve got, you know what I'm saying? Nah, actually, nah, you don't want to do that. That's not. I'm gonna leave it. You know what? I was gonna say some shit, but I'm not even gonna say it. Hey, bro, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I completely forgot about this nigga when I was watching the movie, bro. Like, he only been in like 2 fucking scenes. We go back to the camp and we see Brenda half naked ass walk into the bathroom to get ready for the night. She starts brushing her teeth and she keeps looking over to where we watch Marcy get her shit clapped. Not by Jack, by the axe. She walks off with her stuff to take a shower, I'm assuming, and we see Steve on the road with his truck broken down and a police officer pulls up on him and gives him a ride back to the camp. We cut back to the camp again where the killer is watching Brenda through a window. Brenda lights a candle and puts on her night clothes and begins to read a book in bed when she hears something from outside. It's a voice saying, "Help me." She gets up and grabs a flashlight, goes outside. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I'm black, so I know I shouldn't investigate, but my morals would probably force me to go and try to help this person screaming for help. But at the same time, I'm going to be extremely skeptical of the situation and I'll be on my toes prepared for some whole shit to take place. So we watch as she walks through the fucking forest in the middle of the night during a fucking rainstorm, calling out to a person, not realizing that she continues to walk forward, but she doesn't seem to be getting any closer to the voice. Now right here is where, if she were black, she would be turning her dumb ass around and turning into a motherfucking track star on some Lovecraft country shit. All of a sudden, someone turns on these bright ass police lights and the bitch just standing there. I'm gonna keep it a bug with you. It's about time to turn that flashlight off and turn that motherfucker to a goddamn weapon and get the running. You know what I mean? If somebody pull up on you, you gotta be ready to use that motherfucker as a weapon. It's time to go. She starts walking back slow as shit, conveniently toward the target behind her that she set up earlier in the movie. It cuts back to the cabin the other two are in, and we hear a super faint scream, so I'm guessing that bitch Brenda dead as fuck. When Bill gets back, Alice tells him that she heard a scream and that there's funny business going on at the archery range.
Turn on the lights at the archery range.
I can't see anything.
They're off now. Bill, can I come?
Come on then.
They go to her cabin and she isn't there. Bill tells Alice to come here and they find a bloody axe underneath some sheets. They go to check on everyone, but they can't seem to find anyone.
Where are they?
Alice says that they should call someone and they go to the office to use the phone. They get there and Bill goes, "It's locked. Open that bitch up, nigga. Open it up." Alice decides to break in and the phones don't work because the wires have been cut.
Dead. Try the payphone.
They try to get in the truck and drive off, but the shit box won't start up. Alice asks Bill what's wrong with the truck.
What's the matter with it?
Wet. I don't know.
Oh, what the fuck what did you just say?
It's wet. I don't know. Bro, this nigga is fucking useless, bro. Fucking useless. Like, bro, why the fuck are you even here? Bro, this nigga is, bro, he's pissing me off, bro. Like, my nigga, do you have any type of handy skills at all? Do you know how to change a tire? Alice says they should just hike it back to the town, and Bill says that's a 10-mile hike. He says Steve will be back soon and that they can use his Jeep, which I'ma be real with y'all, I don't know who the fuck Steve is. I don't remember Steve at all. Who is Steve? Oh wait, no, okay, I remember Steve now. He then makes an empty ass promise I'm pretty sure he won't be able to keep.
We'll be laughing about this tomorrow. I promise.
We cut to Steve getting a ride from 12, and they chop it up for a while, and Steve gets dropped off, having to walk the rest of the way. We see Steve approaching camp, and someone flashes a bright ass light in his face like they the fucking police, and this dumb fuck just walks towards them asking dumbass questions. Then this motherfucker not even saying shit back, bro. Like he keeps walking closer. So he walks closer and gets his dumbass stabbed in the stomach. Yeah, your dumbass should have stayed at the diner flirting with the bitch with the lunch lady elbows. That bitch had them motherfucking auntie elbows. Like, you know who house everybody going to for Thanksgiving with them motherfuckers, bro. That bitch probably make a mean stuffing. I bet that shit is the talk of the town, nigga. This bitch probably got 47 malnourished cats in her house. And you trying to knock her ankles loose on some T-Pendale shit? And yes, nigga, I said the cats are malnourished. Look at her, bro. You think she's sharing any type of food with them motherfuckers, bro? No. No, nigga, she not. No questions asked. If she ran out of food, nigga, the bitch eating all 47 cats, nigga. With no second thought. That bitch eating every cat, nigga. Okay, I'm sorry. I really held myself back from not flaming her shit earlier on. I just couldn't stop myself from doing that shit this time. I'm sorry, I had to. Okay, but back to the movie. We watch from the killer's point of view as they approach a door that says danger, high voltage. They go through that door and turn off the power. We cut back to the cabin and Bill says the generator's gas is probably out.
Check it.
You want me to come with you?
Why don't you stay here and try and get some sleep? I'll be right back.
There it is, folks. The famous fucking quote. I'll be right back. No, nigga, you won't be right back. You about to die. That's what you about to do. You about to fucking die. And I'm gonna be honest, this whole Alice going to sleep shit don't make a lick of fucking sense to me because, bitch, wasn't you just ready to hike 10 miles in the middle of a storm? Wasn't you just saying how y'all needed to get the fuck on and now your ass is sleeping? The fuck? Dumb fuck Bill goes to fill up the generator, but it's already full. He looks around for the problem and we cut back to Alice waking up abruptly. She gets up and goes to the kitchen and starts making a pot of tea. Or is that coffee? Can somebody let me know that in the comment section down below? Also, why the fuck is they acting so regular? Like, what the fuck? All this weird shit going on and y'all niggas fucking splitting up, making fucking tea. Like, bro, what is y'all doing? She doesn't even finish making her coffee or tea, whatever the fuck it was, and she goes to look for Bill. She doesn't find him at the generator, and when she closes the door to leave, she sees this nigga Bill pinned to the door with arrows. I guess whoever killed this guy really got straight to the point. So fucking funny. Alice runs back to the cabin and starts boarding up the door. She largely puts a bunch of random shit in front of the door, but she does something very creative and uses rope to keep the door closed. She also keeps checking that rope, like I'm pretty sure the rope's good. After that, she goes to the kitchen, arms herself, and asks herself,
What am I gonna do?
right before the killer throws Brenda's dead body through the fucking window. Alice breaks down for a full 45 fucking seconds looking at the bitch dead body. Like, nigga, run the fuck away. Why are you just looking at the bitch's body, bro? You don't have time for this. As she slowly starts moving, she gets caught on the fucking oven and loses her raincoat. She leaves the kitchen and goes to the living room and sees a car pull up outside. She starts removing her barricades and runs to the car thinking it's Steve, but it's not. It's a Karen. It's a fucking Karen. Alice asks, and the Karen answers,
I'm Mrs. Voorhees, an old friend of the Christies.
Alice instantly hugs her after hearing this, and I'm not even gonna say nothing, but I am gonna show y'all exactly how I would have reacted to this if I was there with them. Hey, yo, Alice, let me talk to you. My nigga, what the fuck is you doing? Bitch, we don't know this nigga at all. Bro, look at her. She's clearly fucking racist. The bitch got on a turtleneck sweater in the middle of the summer like it's fucking wintertime, like it's Christmas or some shit. Only white people that do that shit is the racist ones. So I know she hate niggas. Like, you over here trying to hug the bitch and shit. Like, what is you doing, my nigga? What the fuck you got going on? And on top of that, The bitch turtleneck is completely dry. Like the bitch, we just had a whole hurricane. The bitch turtleneck is completely dry. This bitch ain't got wet at all. That shit don't like that don't like concern you or nothing. Like this the only motherfucker with dry clothes in the whole. Nigga, that shit ain't that's not weird. That's not strange to you. You ain't peep how every old nigga we done ran into around this bitch is on some crazy ass shit. Like they crazy as fuck. Like what the fuck you ain't noticed this shit? Like what the fuck? I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I can't help you out on this one. You on your own. I'm gonna have to go for that motherfucking hike. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I gotta go for that hike. Oh yeah, and on top of that, I can't fuck with you either because now you racist by association, bitch. I gotta get the fuck out. Okay, back to Alice and the racist Karen. Alice tells Mrs. Voorhees about the 2 dead people she saw, and Mrs. Voorhees tells Alice to show her. Alice says no, and Mrs. Voorhees insists and says it'll be all right. She used to work for the Christies.
I'll take care of you. I used to work for the Christies.
Nigga, who the fuck is the Christies? Alice freaks out a bit more and Mrs. V says she's going to look again. Alice tells her not to leave her and that she will most certainly be killed too. To which this old bitch scuffs, says she's not afraid and walks past her with a smile on her face. Alice follows Mrs. V into the house and closes the door behind them. Bro, look at this absolutely superb acting. After she does all that, this bitch starts talking about the little nigga we all know and love, Jason. And she starts walking towards Alice as she tells her story.
I was working the day that it happened, preparing meals. Here, I was...
Now at this moment, Alice should have peeped how this bitch acting like she ain't just see a whole dead ass body 30 seconds ago. And why the fuck is she walking up on you like that, bitch? It's time to run. She shakes Alice and says,
Jason should have been watched.
Mrs. V says they can leave now, but Alice wants to stay. Mrs. V then has a flashback to Jason drowning and screaming for help, to which she replies,
I am Jason.
she tells Alice that,
Jason was my son.
hey, I'm not gonna lie to y'all niggas, if I was Alice, I would have never known that shit. Cause I would be already fucking gone. Fuck is you talking about?
Innocent Jason. My only child. Jason. Oh, you never paid any attention. Look what you did to him. Look what you did to him.
She has more flashbacks and now this bitch trying to kill Alice. But before we get into that, I have to flame this nigga Jason. Roger from American Dad looking ass nigga, like Pinto Bean looking ass nigga. Damn, this nigga really looked like Megamind before Megamind was a thing. This nigga look like Mr. Clean with an elongated head. Nigga Jason really looked like a bald Berlisi. This nigga look like a bald Berlisi. But back to the movie, this bitch Miss V gets to tripping and Alice starts fighting this bitch. Now this little segment here is going to be fighting and running, so get ready my nigga. Mrs. V tries to rush Alice with a knife, but little did she know, Alice is that bitch and Alice hits her ass with a mink. Nigga. She drops her weapon, then starts running to the door and does a whole white girl as she gets there. Once she's outside, she has the bright idea to take the car Mrs. V pulled up in. She climbs in and sees Annie's dead body. Then the dumb bitch decides she can't use the car since it's a dead nigga in there, even though it's her best bet to leave alive. As she runs away, Steve appears in front of her, hanging from a tree. Mrs. V gets up to pursue Alice again, and once she goes outside, she sees Alice running like a dumbass, and then says, yeah, this bitch is clearly suffering from multiple mental disability. Like, god damn, bitch, you weird as shit. Alice runs to this garage or some shit, but hold on. This bitch done got scrapped up. She was the shit. And I fucks with Alice, man. When Justin Bieber start toting shit, hold on. Mrs. V turns the lights back on while Alice is looking for bullets. Bitch, break the lock! What is you doing? Hit it! Mrs. V finds her and Alice pointing that John at her, but she acting scary as shit. Like, my nigga, if you don't blow this bitch to smithereens, oh shit, damn, she don't got no bullets. Yup, this bitch about to die. Mrs. V starts talking to herself again, talking about some. She approaches Alice and she just starts throwing shit at her. Her back is against the wall and she smacked this bitch exactly how white people be slapping each other. Really gave her ass a 2-piece no Popeyes biscuit. Bro, nigga, what the fuck am I watching? Why is she slapping this bitch like that? She goes to slap her again, and I don't know what the fuck Alex just did to her. I mean, it looks as though she just attacked this elderly woman's cooter cat. Bro, look at how she just hit that bitch, bro. My nigga, look at her falling. Why does shit feel like a Life Alert commercial? Like, what the fuck? Alice runs off and Mrs. V gathers her bearings. Now, Mrs. V is running through the woods hunting Alice, but Alice gave her ass the old okie doke. Now, the movie shows this bitch talking to herself again as we see Alice running back into the cabin to hide. She turns off all the lights, which I'm gonna be honest, all the lights were just on, so for you to turn them off is only attracting attention. Just as she sits down, she starts hearing someone walking around outside. The noises go away and Alice thinks she's safe, but then... and look who the fuck it is. So inspirational. Mrs. V let herself in and doesn't do any talking. She came in that bitch swinging. Fuck is you talking about? Bro, this shit is so fucking hilarious, bro. This shit is fucking hilarious. Bro, this bitch is a real life fucking glass cannon, bro. She cannot take a hit for shit, bro. Alice turns her over and sees blood under Mrs. V's head. She leaves and goes to the water and sits down next to a canoe. She looks at her reflection in the water, which I don't think at that angle she's sitting at is possible, but fuck it. And when Mrs. V tries to sneak her, Alice defends herself and knocks away Mrs. V's machete. Mrs. V grabs her, and when Alice breaks free, she knocks her down with the other half of the paddle. Mrs. V goes for the kill, and Alice hits her ass with the classic roll away maneuver. And of course, with Mrs. V being old as shit, her brittle body can't take much force being brought down on it, and she falls to the ground. Alice tries to take advantage of this and gets fucking reversed by a bitch 4 times her age. Mrs. V starts choking Alice out, and when Alice temporarily breaks free, Mrs. V starts slamming her head into the ground. Oh my god, nigga, this is the widest fucking fight I've ever watched in my entire life, bro. Mrs. V tries to put Alice in a chokehold, but Alice not no fucking hoe, and she bites the fuck out of her arm. She gets up and runs to pick up Mrs. V's machete, all in slow motion and shit. And this bitch, Alice, cuts her head clean the fuck off. After Alice catches her first body, she walks to the canoe boat and she pushes herself to the middle of the lake where she falls asleep, and in the morning, the police arrive and she wakes up. Look at how peaceful she is. Playing in the water and shit. Oh my god, what the fuck was that? Kid Jason jumps out of the water and takes Alice with him. Oh, but wait, it was all a dream and Alice is in the hospital. Wait, hold on. Did they just put some shit in her butt? Anyway, she asks if everyone is dead, and they answer,
Yes, ma'am.
She then asks about Jason, and they tell her that they didn't find a boy, to which she replies,
Ma'am, we didn't find any boy.
and she stares off into the distance. This bitch is clearly scarred, and the movie ends. Fucking finally. I'm not gonna cap, I haven't seen this movie in an extremely long time, so it was fun rewatching it, and this video took so long because I've been super busy at work doing a bunch of overtime and shit. But before we end things, a quick reminder to go follow me on Twitch and Instagram and subscribe to my secondary channel where I'll be talking about all types of various topics and telling stories about my life. A video about a serious struggle I experienced a couple years ago when I was around 13 and 14 years old, and that is the struggle of homelessness. Now guys, I don't want to get too deep into it right now, but I have been through a lot of things in my life, and I think this is best for me to tell you guys some of the things that I've been through and how it affected me and how I kept my head up and stayed positive through these events before I give you guys advice on how you can deal with certain things. And guys, with that being said, I love y'all motherfuckers, man. This video took so fucking long. I'm sorry. I hope y'all liked it. I hope the video was funny as fuck. If you could leave a like and comment it, share it to your fucking friends if you laughed or some shit, I don't fucking know. If you could do that, that would be amazing, guys. I appreciate you guys. Peace.
And I just put some rum in my lemonade. Nigga said he better slow down cause he don't wanna pay. I just came in with it, chop and let it chop. I just told him if he got a problem, send it my way. Came through with some drizzle, I think I'ma need a mop. Bad bitch on my dick, but all I wanted was the top. Lately I've been pushing it, I don't think I can stop. I just put up the LAX, I might just make a drop. My ex bitch, she was flashy, but my new bitch, she be classy. Rock designer, I mismatch it.
Rock designer, I mismatch it.
rug designer, I'm a smash.